Nithyananda. This is Kritananda and
This is Gowrieharan.
we're here in Bangalore Adinam Nithyananda Dhyana Peetham. And today's video will be about today's satsang, where Swamiji talks about the power of losing your past desires that are no longer useful towards your life, making them redundant, so your current desires can manifest as quickly as possible. Would you like to share your cognition about that?
Yeah, definitely. For me, what I understood from listening to Swamiji's satsang today is that when you lose the past desires and make it redundant and make a decision and say that, okay, from now on I'm going to make it redundant, I'm going to move forward and create what I really want. So when you do that, I feel like I have a lot of freedom where I'm not really caught up and I'm not really carrying all these burdens. I felt like there's so much weight lifted off my chest, and I can just create my reality the way that I want. Excuse me.
So, like, my understanding was that Swamiji explained it in sort of like a queue fashion. So if you understand like computer science, the queue, first in comes first out. So whatever was like back that you put in, like let's say in your childhood or teenage life, all these desires that might have been yours, might have been society's, might have been your parents' desires,
Yeah.
that you took on yourself, you would would have to wait until each one of those manifests for you to actually manifest what you want right now. So people are waiting like 3-5 years to get what they want.
Yeah.
And for example, this actually, I was cognizing about this recently because I realized the last relationship I had was a desire that I had like 3 years ago, and I was thankful for that relationship. But like all the qualities were something that I was like fantasizing about 3 years ago, and it manifested like 2 years ago when I had my relationship.
Yeah.
And so, if you think about that, we can have so many unconscious desires that we might not be aware of, and they would literally have to play out one by one for you to
Yeah.
even come to square one where you want to manifest what you want, like Sadashivatva or manifesting
Yeah.
powers.
And also, if you really think about it, it takes a lot of our power away as well. Like where you spend so much time, you focus on what hasn't been manifested, and then, and also it's also about you being true to yourself and asking yourself, what do you really want in your life? And rather than all these small things, okay, you need to enjoy your life as well, and at the same time, how's that going to empower you? And ask yourself really how the past unfulfilled desires actually not really helping you in any way. But if you really consciously make a decision right now that I'm going to make it redundant and I'm going to create that, it really give you a lot of choices in your life where you get this such a clarity. And this really happened in my life in the past, like with my excuse me, with my career, with my relationship, and a lot of other issues, other things in my life, where I realized that when you consciously make a decision and declare, okay, this is it, and then you feel like you are freed from all these burdens, all these unnecessary thoughts, and wasting your energy, and then you can move forward with like a clean slate, so you can write whatever you want.
Expanding on the wasting of energy, it's like a phone, like with like 10 different apps open at the same time. You're just giving out energy in 10 different directions.
That's right.
And you're trying to manifest something right now, like let's say filming a YouTube video
Yeah.
and trying to post it on YouTube.
And it's gonna crash, and
It's going to
freeze.
take a long time for it to even upload, just
Yeah.
because their bandwidth is not that big.
Yeah,
And you're not giving it enough resources for it to manifest in such a way.
that's right.
So it just comes down to like common sense at that point. And even just dropping out all these redundant desires gives you a lot of clarity and a lot of peace of mind, because your mind's not divided into 10 different
Yeah.
directions.
And the thing is, like, we are not saying don't have any desires. We are saying the past desire that hasn't been manifested until now, just make it redundant and then create whatever you want now. So new desires, and you move forward with that.
Actually, unfulfilled desires can actually create incompletion, just because you're wondering why it hasn't not manifested yet.
What is incompletion?
Incompletion is like past hangovers,
Yep.
thought currents that are impacting your current situation negatively, usually.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like it's causing you to not feel yourself in this moment just because you're aware of all these things that have not manifested yet,
Yeah.
and you're continue to worry about like why is not your current reality that you want not manifesting yet.
Yeah, I agree. And it for me personally, like when I made certain things redundant in my life, for example, my career, for example, when I say career, I'm not saying don't work or anything like that, because you still need to pay for your bills and everything. However, like certain things in your life, when you really realize and question yourself, is it really necessary? And then if you think that it's not really needed, then you just put a stop to it and say, no, I don't need this anymore in my life, and then you move forward.
So
That's
making things redundant is basically just a decision at that moment, saying
Exactly,
like, I
yeah.
will not let this affect my current state of mind going
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
And just whether it manifests or not, it's not even in your concern at that point.
Yeah.
And usually what happens is that it actually manifests just because you're not holding that weight against it.
Yeah. And Swamiji was saying this morning that if you actually make that happen, when you make it redundant, then whatever you create new, the universe will give you more than what you actually asked for.
Actually, that makes sense because every time you have a desire, you usually have a visualization associated to that desire. So it's not really just a desire; it's a whole like a map about how you think this desire is going to manifest.
Yeah.
So if you take away that visualization concept, it actually is just a limitation to how big it could be, or how many different desires can be interconnected in one manifestation. So if you take that out, you actually, cosmos can surprise you in many different ways of how fulfilled you can be in one moment just by how many things can be fulfilled at one time.
Yeah, and everything will fall into place, and you will manifest what you really want after
You're
that.
literally just cutting out your own limitations because you literally can't visualize everything that can be so fulfilling for you.
Yeah.
Let cosmos decide that for you. You just give the cue.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our Jeevarktha Sadas about creating or making past desires redundant for your life so you can start to manifest what you want right now. Actually, Swamiji gave the analogy that he's basically always working on queue number 1, whereas we have like 3,000, 4,000, some people have like 3 million different things in that queue.
Yeah.
He's saying just cut it all the way
size.
down just to 1, make that decision right now just to whatever hasn't manifested yet, just come to terms with it and just like shoot it away. Whatever has manifested, be thankful for. What hasn't manifested, make it redundant and just start from day 1.
Yeah.
So again,
And
we like. Right.
Thank you. Yeah, just leave a comment or ask us any questions, and we would love to have a discussion about it. If you want to leave any comments.
Or we can make a video answering that question if it turns out to be
Yeah,
some
definitely.
deep thought.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for listening to us.
Thank you,
Nithyananda.
Nithyananda.